What's up? I'm Empathetic Chicken. I'm outside having a little art day. I'm trying to get ready for a Zine Fest that's coming up on the 28th of March. And so I'm just trying to make as many zines as I can before that. I've done a couple like mini zines since then, or since finding out about it. And I think it was the last market that I was at. I found out that they were having a Zine Fest in the same town. So I applied, and as far as I know, I'm accepted. So I just kind of want to have mostly zines to sell. I mean, because that was like a requirement, but also just, I don't know, I've just been really into zines, as you can probably tell from my last video. But just kind of experimenting and having fun with it, because it's just been really fun to just let loose and not care so much about what I'm making. I mean, not that I don't care, but I feel like zines just like lend themselves to just more like anything goes kind of energy, and like I don't overthink as much, because like the whole nature of a zine, for those who don't know, it's just sort of like a DIY publication thing, not a magazine, but it's like your own. Oh, it's like for self-expression basically, and you can put whatever you want in there, and you don't have to have anybody's permission or approval. So I just feel like that's kind of like right up my alley, and it's just really, I don't know. Like I feel like I'd like to get to a point where I can just like create stuff however, without needing that extra. What am I trying to say? I think sometimes like with regular stuff like drawing or something, I kind of can get in my head about like how it should look or what purpose it should serve, but zines are just really cool in the way that they're just for purely like whatever you want to say. Like it can look ugly and scrappy, and that's okay. Like that's kind of like what it is. So whatever you feel like expressing, that's enough. I just really love that. So I'm gonna see if I can finish this zine. It's just sort of like I'm trying out this accordion thing. Like I've never, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna see how it goes. But yeah, I've been trying to work on that in my spare time. I have like this little bin that I've been taking to work and keep all my little scraps and supplies in, so I can work on it on my breaks. I also have like this little printer thing. I have another one my sister gave me, but haven't figured that one out yet. I'm sure it's similar, but I had already bought that one. So I've just been using it. And then I also have this thing that I ordered because I watch Cat Moth Crow on YouTube, and she had a label buddy, and I was like, that looks neat. I was just like getting really into zine stuff. And then I also found this at Goodwill like a couple nights ago. Looks a little nasty, but I cleaned it. But yeah, it just makes like little embossed label things. Both of them are like, I think they're the same thing. But I actually saw this style on, I think it's called Bill Making Stuff, his channel, because he was making some zine content recently. So it was only like $2, and I was like, dude, even though I just ordered this off eBay, like, I don't know, maybe I'm being a little excessive, but I got a backup if I need it. And then I also started making a little ransom note letter thing out of my dad's old pill bottle thing, or pillbox thing that I used to fill for him before he passed. And that was really sad at first, but then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use it for something new. Anyways, but I don't have all the letters yet, but this is a start. And then yeah, I just got my little scissors, some AirPods, and this little pouch that the person that I get all my bags for my art supplies from, Dapper Kraken, Julie, shout out to her. I think she sent this free with one of my orders, so you should definitely check her out. I'm not saying that she'll give you anything free, but I'm just saying it's like a really nice little nod. And I can't get this. Hold on. I need my right hand for this. Yeah. So this is just my little collection of pens and things, pencil. Got some Poscas and paint pens, Sharpies, and I don't know where I got this pen, but I really like it. I think I might order it off Jet Pens or something, or found it in art supply store. I don't remember. But yeah, I used it for this zine. And I'm kind of rusty on my inking stuff, but I really enjoyed using that because it has like a double tip and stuff. And yeah, it's just been really cool. And this one I actually like wasn't gonna make a zine, and then I was like, what if I just make it about that? Because I was just like really tired and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna just do it anyway and make it like low effort because I can, because it's a zine. It's the next day because I got interrupted yesterday. But anyway, I was just showing this one. It's kind of like a low effort, and if you hear noises, it's my cat like eating himself. Cats make some weird noises. But yeah, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm ruining this. But yeah, I wanted it to be like a double-sided thing with like a poster. Just wanted to send the message of like it's okay to make stuff even if it's not really elaborate, and just the act of showing up is enough. Sometimes that's all you can muster because I work full time and I rarely have creative time. And a lot of times I'll just kind of like talk myself out of making stuff because I just think that I have to have like, I don't know, like just a big amount of time to spend on stuff. But I really don't. Like, I can just make what I feel I have the capacity for, and it doesn't have to be like this huge, huge thing to count or to like matter, you know? So yeah, that's that one, and then I briefly showed this, but this one's sort of my me like processing an experience I had at work, which I'm not gonna like go into details. It's kind of why I made it like into a cat because it's like personal, but don't want to like call out anybody. But it's just like something that I use to kind of like get through a difficult moment, and yeah, just show that I don't know. Like with this one, it's like I don't know if it's gonna translate because I had my sister and my mom look at it. I think it's kind of hard to like know how it's received when you ask family just because they know you personally and stuff. So like I feel like that kind of gets in the way of like an unbiased opinion or whatever. But anyway, with this one, I just kind of wanted to like show that it's just you just don't know what people are going through, and I'm not even just saying myself. Like I'm not trying to be like in the zine. I feel like the character is sort of presented in like a victimized way, but not really about that per se. It's just like I just wanted to communicate how like people just walk around all the time and they just like behave in ways that affect other people, which I don't know, it's just very like layered thing because like, I feel like we all show up the way that we are, like how we've been shaped, and then like that kind of bleeds out onto other people. And it's just like you don't know who's prepared to handle like your way of being, I guess. And like some people are really sensitive. So like you might be really angry a day and like take it out on somebody and it could like really affect them, I guess, in a way that you didn't like realize, which I'm not trying to like play the blame game or like make people out to be horrible or anything. But I just think like if more people could learn to like slow down, I guess, even myself included, like with my responses to things, because I have a tendency to kind of be like self hate is like my go to. Like whenever like something happens, I just blame myself and feel like I messed up, and just like not really like doesn't have to be like the first response that I have, but it's just kind of how I've been shaped and stuff, and something I've been working on healing and stuff. So it's just like I think if more people could be in tune with themselves and their responses and behaviors and stuff, I just feel like less harm could happen in the world. But yeah, anyway, I feel like just a little zine carrying an idea that I don't even know if it'll translate, but hopefully. And this one, I just, like, I had barely started it yesterday when I was filming, but like today, I think it's done. Because I went over to my niece's to like be her, like, I don't want to say accountability buddy, but just like, what's it called? Like, whenever you like do stuff together. I don't remember. Body doubling, is that a thing? Yeah. So it's kind of like I was kind of there to hang out and help her do things. And I don't know, I just took a lot of time to like finish my zine, and I just had a lot of fun. But yeah, this one's actually like an accordion zine, which I haven't done before. And I don't know, I just kind of really like the format because it just felt like it just kept going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. I was just kidding. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just really proud of this one because it's just really fun, like just how large it is. But this one's sort of more about like healing that kind of like mindset that I have, and I created my oracle deck, an alternate reality oracle, around the same time that I kind of wrote these little letters that I have in here. Like, I wrote letters to myself basically to remind me. I mean, they weren't typed out like this, but I wrote them on like a little sticky thing. And then I got to looking at them the other day, and I was like, dude, I could use that for like a zine to kind of like, I don't know, I just want to make something physical to kind of help remind myself. I mean, and anybody else who's like open to this perspective on things, because it is sort of like, I don't want to call it like law of attraction because I don't feel like it is, but there are some similarities. I can say that. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of supposed to be like an affirmation type thing to remind me that I do have a choice in my mindset, and I can, yeah, I can like shape my experience more than maybe I let myself a lot of the time, because I do kind of like react from, I guess, like that trauma place or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I just really like how this one turned out, and I hope that other people can relate in some way, even though it does feel super personal. But it's just, I'm just really like enjoying zines, like zine making, and I feel like maybe I'm like super sloppy with it, but I just like that sloppiness. Maybe I'm just like wrongfully judging myself too, because like from what I know, like zines are kind of about that, just like whatever and sloppiness or whatever. I feel like I can't really convey what I'm trying to say, but I think that's the point, is they can be like however messy or put together you want. But I guess because I'm like kind of new to zine making, there's still that voice in my head that's trying to tell me like I'm doing something wrong. But if it came from me genuinely expressing myself, then I don't see where I can go wrong, because I'm a human having an experience, and just because it doesn't look a certain way doesn't make it invalid, which is a lot of what the stuff that I make has to do with, like just giving myself permission and other people permission to just be themselves and not needing to compare and feel like we're doing it wrong. So that's pretty much where I'm at. I have these and then like a couple mini comics that I want to print. I'm kind of like feeling daunted by the printing stuff. Like, I printed these two already and I just need to fold them, but I'm just kind of scared they're not going to line up right because I kind of like minimize. Like, I have this issue where I just like go to the edge and I don't leave any room for like the bleed or whatever. So then when I go to print it, it's like it gets cut off. And sometimes when there's like words, that kind of matters. Not so much in this one, but this one, I remember when I printed it, it's like this was cut off and some of that, I think. And so now, like, whenever I don't know. I just got to figure it out. I think I can like trim the white off because I minimized it some, like the scale. And now I'm just kind of dreading, like I'm avoiding it because I'm scared it's not going to fold right, but I'll make it work. And I gotta do this one, which is gonna be, I feel like it's gonna take like some effort after the fact because it's, I think I used like 2 sheets of paper and then I folded it and cut it in half, like in the thirds or whatever, and cut it in half. And then I kind of like glued one end. So I gotta leave like a blank space to like glue it together. So this is gonna take a little bit of thought, but I think I can just like cut it apart again and then scan it as like a full sheet and then like piece it back together once it's printed. Like cut it again and piece it back together. So yeah, that should be fun. Oh, look at Tom. I just gotta show this because he's so like adorable. Oh, hey Tom. And by the way, I don't know why he's so big. He just like, I feed them normal amounts, but I guess he just like eats food around the neighborhood. I'm fighting the urge to not work on a zine right now because I'm just like, it's after work and I always convince myself that I don't feel like it. But I sat down and I was like, maybe if I record a video, I'll get like a little inspired or at least just have a little bit of accountability because I'm being watched. Pardon my grease. It's very hot and I'm trying to save on my light bill because it's just insanely high. So yeah, I don't have the air on, but it's about 80 or 90 out there. But yeah, this is what I'm working on. It's just kind of like some rough, well, they're not really rough, but just my printouts of some things I'd like to make into a zine. Because I'm just, I don't know. It's like I feel like I don't have enough. I need to print all the zines that I've already made, but I'm like avoiding this one just because of the stuff I talked about earlier, like the cutting and the piecing and all that. But oh, this is a better, like, I feel like I didn't really get it very well in the other frame, but yeah, I'm avoiding that. So the only thing left to do is interruption. I'm back. So the only thing left to do is make more zines so that I don't have to like print the ones that I have. I'm thinking I'm gonna print them probably last minute because I feel like that's a lot of what motivates me is being on like this deadline where I freak out and I'm like, I gotta do it the night before. I mean, I would like to avoid that, but I'm just a little bit of a procrastinator when it comes to stuff like that. But at least if I procrastinate some more, it'll lead to having more zines. So that's how I'm justifying it to myself. But this is basically the thing, like, if you go on my website and read, I think it's called like Thoughts on Art. This is like just this list of things that I wrote like when I first started my website and just my business, like when I started like really taking it seriously. And I wanted to kind of just like define my views on things and just kind of have this statement of what art meant to me and stuff, or means to me, and how I view it and all that. So I wrote out this big long list thing, and at the time I was like, I don't really know what to do with this other than just like put it on my site. So that's what I did. And it doesn't look very like pretty format wise because I don't know how to do web design. And my site is a template. So I just do the best with what I have. And I feel like when I first started my site, like, I don't feel like the editing was very intuitive for Squarespace, and I'm not knocking it, but like, I just couldn't figure it out that well. But I feel like now it's more customizable, I guess. So like I've changed a few things, but there's still some things where I'm just like, it's just as good as it'll be for now until I just like feel like revamping the whole thing. But anyway, all that just to say that this got me thinking, and I was like, I'm doing the zine stuff, and wouldn't it be cool to just make it into like a zine? So that's what I'm gonna do with that. And then, so basically, I just like typed it up, or I had it typed up, and I just kind of like copy pasted it into Canva, and I have my own font that I made with my handwriting. So I just put it in that font so that it'll look more authentic to me and stuff, and just fun. And that way I don't have to like handwrite it out, all of it, because I don't know, time is of the essence. Though I do like to do that. Hello, mosquito. Move along. In this case, since I already had everything like typed out, I was like, well, I could easily have some more zine content. So that's the plan with that. I haven't started yet because I just kind of don't know how I want to go about it. I mean, I have like all these things written down, but I don't know, like, aside from that, what else I'm going to do with it. But it's a start. And then I have a few other ideas. I really want to, like, I'm sorry, this is turning into like a little talk because I don't really feel like doing anything right now. But I'm just working things out in my head, so that helps. But I really want to like revisit a lot of things from like my therapy experience. And for those who don't know, like, I have a master's degree in family therapy, and I didn't pursue that as a career, but it's been very influential in my life, and I just feel like I learned a lot of stuff that helps me. Yeah, it still helps me now, so I just kind of want to like share that. So I was looking at like some old blog, or a single blog post on my website too, about like normality, and I want to make that into a zine because I just really love how you can communicate ideas like in such a handy way with just like a little booklet. I swear, if I get interrupted one more time, I'm gonna freak out. But that was an alarm on my phone. But I think I'm good. So yeah, I just really like the idea of making work in this way, like artwork and stuff, because I feel like I've just gone through this weird like art block for like years. And I feel like I've mentioned this in like previous videos where I just ramble about stuff. But I think like what's helping me now is just to think of my creativity as like this evolving thing, and not like in the past whenever I was in art school, it's like it was very like fine art and like painting, sculpting, drawing. uh there was a little bit of mixed media collage stuff, but not as much as I like to do now. But yeah, it was very just like rigid, and I kind of thought of it in that way. But like, and there was a time like after art school where I just kind of went through this like burnout period, because like, I don't know if anybody's been to art school, it's just kind of hard to just like put your creativity on like this schedule of just like creating all these assignments. And then like, I don't know, I just got to a point where I was just like, I don't have any more ideas. I feel like I'm just doing the same thing over and over, and I don't really feel like doing it anymore. So like that final year or whatever was really difficult for me, I guess, to keep the momentum. So afterward, like, I kind of was faced with the reality of life and stuff, and was, I don't know, I just feel like as a person, I don't want to like be rude to myself, but I feel like I'm kind of stunted in ways, like socially. So like, I just couldn't find a way to like use my art like outside of school. So like, it was just kind of like this shock of like, okay, real world time. How are you gonna make this work? Because art was just like a coping thing for me, like just kind of something that I did to process like traumatic things and just like my anxiety towards people and living and all that. So like, once I was out, it was just kind of like, how do you take like a coping mechanism and turn it into like a sustaining job, which is what I feel like I'm still trying to do now, like with this business in a way. But I don't know, I feel like it's not that dire anymore. Like, I feel like I'm able to kind of like navigate like regular life, even though I'm not like comfortable. But yeah, anyway, like I don't even remember what I was talking about. But basically, like, oh yeah, with my art and stuff, it's like I went through a period where I felt like my art was just dead because it didn't look the same as it did when I was in art school, because I just felt like uninspired. And then like I kind of shifted towards like, I don't know, I think I did like a little bit of like comic obsession for a while, where I was trying to come up with my own concept of that, and that never really materialized. And then somewhere along the line, I discovered Oracle decks, and then that became a thing. And I don't know, it just feels like I've been in this like burnout period, because that deck was kind of like a result of me choosing like a very accessible subject matter, like chickens, just because I felt burnt out and I was like, I can easily draw chickens. So let me just do that for a month. And then around that time, I kind of was into the therapy thing and just sort of combined all the weird things that I was interested in, or not weird, but just, yeah, just mashed them together and made something. So I feel like that's, I don't know, like just as I'm talking, just really helps to put together things for myself, which is kind of why I always love like doing video journals on YouTube, even if it's just like super random to everybody else listening. It's just like a therapeutic thing for me. But I think that's why I like zines, because they're so like, or they can be, I don't want to like define them because I feel like they can be anything, but I just really love like the, what's that word? I think like juxtaposition is the word. But it just feels like you can like combine so many things and just make them into like their own thing. And I feel like that's just sort of what I've been trying to do, like with my art stuff, is just like honestly, like I'm not trying to like sound like I don't try, but sometimes it just feels like hard to muster up anything. So like I kind of feel like I'm always like on the edge of just like struggling to like get something out. Like I don't know, I don't want to say it like that, because like everything doesn't feel hard, but I just feel like I've been trying to like find my way and figure stuff out and just make stuff work for so long, and just feeling like I'm not doing it right, or that it's not looking how it should look. But really, like, I don't feel like it has to be that way. I think I can like reframe the whole thing, like I've been trying to say. And I feel like my art has just transformed into its own kind of thing, where it's more focused on, maybe instead of sharing images, like it's more about sharing ideas and like writing. And it's, I mean, it is visual, but it's like a cobbled together unique thing. So yeah, I don't know if any of that made sense or helped anybody, or if it was just something I needed to hear. But yeah, for what it's worth, that's kind of where I'm at with stuff. If you can relate to anything, like feel free to leave a comment. I'm just like, my best friend is this mosquito right now. Just keep like getting distracted by it. Hello, mosquito. How are you? Maybe I should put him outside before he bites me. Dude, let me rescue you. I gotta go. Okay, I'm outside on a Saturday, and it's nice and cool for now. But I'm gonna work on some zines. I got like 3 ideas sort of in the making. I just got the email last night that I guess I'm accepted into the Zine Fest thing, and there's gonna be like 40 something vendors, so that's really exciting. And I think that's probably the biggest market that I've done. So that'll be a challenge a little bit socially, but I don't know. I'm kind of a little nervous too, because I'll be sharing my table with somebody. I don't know who yet, but I don't know. I'm like happy because maybe it'll force me to be more social, but also I'm just a little nervous because I think the event's like 5 hours ish, if I'm remembering right. And that's a long time to sit with somebody that I don't know. But it'll be fine. I mean, I'm gonna be friendly. But I just hope that I'm in like a good mood that day, because it seems like every market that I have, I'm always like going through like one of my low spells where I'm just emotional and in my head. So I'm hoping that this will be different. I think I'm gonna finish the zine that I was already working on, and then maybe I'll get the hair tutorial one out of the way, because I feel like that's gonna be really simple. But I just wanted to do it for myself mainly because I forget how to cut my own hair and I never go get it done. So I've been cutting my own hair since I was like in college, I think, 2015. And I don't know, it's like sometimes it's hit or miss. Like probably nobody wants this tutorial, but like for me, I'm just kind of like low maintenance. I don't care if I like screw up my hair because it grows back, and I don't know. I have like a difficult relationship with my appearance anyways, so like I don't really care that much. So anyway, I don't know. Maybe somebody will want it, maybe not, but yeah, I'm gonna do that because it's just fun and like easy, and it'll help me in the future when I want to cut my hair. Guess I'm gonna stop blabbing and get to my crafting while I have time. I'll be back. I made at least one today. But this is my little tutorial on cutting hair. I say scene style, but I don't really think that I would classify my hairdo as like the typical thing. I mean, technically it is the layers, but I don't do like all the weird, or not weird, I like it, but I don't do all like the teasing and stuff. But if I did, I could have scene hair, but it's technically the same cut. I'm just not styling it. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with this, although I'm worried that it's not like detailed enough. But I feel like it's pretty straightforward the way that I'm sharing it, so hopefully it helps somebody who's willing to take the risk. But yeah, other than that, I kind of haven't made much progress on anything else. I did get the cover of this one started, and like the inside, but I just feel like it's too plain. I want to add like some more something to it before I say it's done, and I gotta have a back. I don't know what I'm gonna put on the back, but anyway, that's the progress so far. I think I'm gonna take a break because I'm kind of feeling a little like, I don't know, like the elements are just like draining me. I've just been outside all day, and the sun is like directly on me now, so it's just kind of hard to sit here. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with my progress, I guess. It's better than nothing. What's up, friends? I'm just working on one of my last zines for the Zine Fest this weekend. And I don't really know exactly how to do this, but it seems like it's finally almost ready. I've printed this about 3 times and it just wasn't working out. But I think I got it this time. Just had to like minimize some things because I just ended up scanning mine in just so that I can arrange the pages easier and like do the contrast and stuff instead of just the basic photocopying, because I'm just not an expert at that. Not that you have to be an expert on it, but I just didn't. I don't know, it just seemed like it would be like longer for me to figure out and I'd waste more paper or something. Could be wrong. And that is a piece of paper that I will use later for something else, but it's kind of worked out where I didn't have a use for that paper. I don't understand this though, like why is some of it getting cut off even though I made it where it wouldn't? Anyways, so updates. I have everything probably created that I'm going to create for the Zine Fest because I'm running out of time. And that's what it is. I'm confused. Something's happening. I don't know. I've formatted something wrong and I don't know how. But I'm going to carry on. Anyway, I've made everything I'm gonna make. Now I'm just trying to print and prep stuff so that I'll be ready. I had a productive weekend printing some zines at a local print shop. Well, actually, it's not really local to me. It's like an hour away, but it's better than nothing. And it's like in the same little area where I do my oddities markets, which I really like. And it was just fun because I had my sister with me and we went on a little day trip, and I guess that is working. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, we went on a day trip and went to this grief session thing in one of the other shops. And then after that, I went to the little zine printing party at the print shop, and she helped me trim and fold and cut and stuff, and I'm doing this really like not in a very efficient way. I think I'm just like scared of messing it up because I don't know, my lines just aren't lining up the way that I intended. And why is that getting cut off? This is just ridiculous. Something has gone severely wrong. Oh, it's up here. Never mind. Still wasn't supposed to get cut off that much. Anyway, I'm not really in a talking mood, I feel like, so I'm gonna go. But this is basically what I'm working on. And actually, I'll wait to leave before I show, or I'll wait and show you before I leave so that you can see the gist of what I'm trying to do. Oh, that's terrible. I'm gonna figure this out. It's probably not gonna be today, but I'm gonna do it. Alright, so this page goes there, page goes there. So the good thing is they're all the same length. That's something. And width. Okay. So basically, this is not cut the best, but this is my little normality zine. And I don't know if I have this in the right order. I think I do. But yeah, I think it's working. Something is off with these two pages. I'm gonna fix it. But other than that, I think everything else looks okay. Good evening, friends. It's like 11 something, and I'm doing like a little mock setup of my table for Zine Fest tomorrow, and I'm I'm stressing a little just because I should have been in bed already, but it's okay. I'm just kind of like worried about the traffic and parking and stuff because I guess there's like another parade thing happening at the same time or in the morning time. And I'm not good at driving in cities. And also I have driving anxiety a lot. So I'm probably going to try to get there at like 8 a.m. even though the event doesn't start until like 11, but I think we can set up at 9. So I don't know, I'd rather just be parked and settled before I have a nervous breakdown. But anyways, this is like the chaos that happens whenever I make things. It's just like disaster. And I got Sid down here. I'm not good at selfie sticks. But yeah, he's hanging around in the suitcase, licking his butt. I'm just kidding, he's not. But yeah, this is a little different because I'm not using my little grid wall things like I usually do. I just kind of wanted to accent like the zines and stuff more so than my prints, which I'm gonna have a little thing of prints over there. I'm feeling a little bit not used to change because I couldn't figure out like how to fit everything. I feel like I've kind of figured out a method for my other table setup, so this was kind of, I wouldn't say like a challenge, but it was just different. But anyway, I think it'll look okay. I mean, it's a little like jumbled together just because I gotta share a table, which is fine. I'm surprised I fit that much stuff. I hope I measured everything right. But anywho, I guess I'm gonna go and pack up this stuff. I took me a little photo so I can refer to it tomorrow. Just fits. Yeah. Okay, it's the morning of. I'm just loading a couple more things and then I'm gonna be ready to go. Get out of my car, fool. Tom, what are you doing? Okay, yeah, I'm waiting on my little square terminal thing to update because it always does that every time I boot it up. Oh gosh, the cat. I'm sorry, he has like some remnants on his lower half and he's gotta get out of there. Come here. Come here, Tom. Come out. Oh, look at Tom. Anyway, I'm about to hit the road and hopefully I'll be brave enough to film some stuff. I'm gonna try, yeah. But hopefully it's a good day. I'm excited. I didn't get enough sleep, but it'll be okay. It was for a good cause. Okay, so I just got my little badge and I'm going to get my other suitcase. I feel like I overpacked. Okay, so you're probably not going to be able to hear me, but I got all my stuff put in there and I'm feeling kind of awkward and antisocial, so I'm just going to grab my table because I'm sharing a table with someone and they're not here yet. And we just talked and decided that I'm going to bring mine in since I'm already here. That way they don't have to worry with it. And it gives me something to do so I'm not just sitting there awkwardly.
I feel very lucky that I live in my hometown.
What's up, friends? Worst angle ever. But I just wanted to capture like a little aftermath reflection, which is probably not gonna have much depth because I'm like burnout. But anyway, I think it was probably one of my favorite events so far. And yeah, it was just really like busy, and I feel like that helped me to not be in my head a lot, because that's usually what happens if it's too like just quiet and just slow. I just start thinking and getting down on myself and stuff. But this time I had a table, shared a table, so I had somebody to like talk to, and we actually hit it off pretty well and had some things in common, and she was really easy to talk to, so that was cool. And then also, like, I don't know, both my table neighbors were like really nice people, and it was just a really cool scene of zines and people. And yeah, I think I probably spent most of the money that I earned, but I feel like it was worth it just to have cool art and stuff and meet people. So I think I want to come back later when I'm not like distracted driving and stuff. But yeah, and I also want to like share all the things that I got. So this is all the stuff that I got at Zine Fest. I got me a little t-shirt. And then I'll probably go through more of these individually later. But here's an overview. I went a little overboard. But it's okay. Sid wants to read them. Do you see that cat that looks like you? Okay, so it's a couple days after the Zine Fest. So I just wanted to come back on here and share some of the stuff that I got. So I got this cool, I guess it's like could be a journal or a sketchbook. It's like blank pages. But I just really love the little cat because it reminded me of my cat Sid. And it's by Punk Monk. And I'm going to try to put I can't remember everybody's handle and stuff on the spot, but I'm going to try to like put everybody's in the description in case I don't mention everybody. I did get a business card from this person, so I got this cool patch. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but just thought it was neat. And I got this cute little cat print. Shout out to the artists, because when I came back to buy one, they were all out, and then they were nice enough to print one like on the spot for me, so you're the best. I got this really neat book. I'm not really sure what the process, I feel like I want to say that looks like is it Rhizo? I'm bad at words, but yeah, it's just a really cool printed book about some wolves. And I won't go through the whole thing, but yeah, I just really was drawn to the title of it and just the artwork. So I got that one. And I think that's by Paper City Publishing, Andrew Kozlowski. I feel like I ruined that. I'm sorry. I mispronounced your name. But then I also got this cool like workbook about comics, which was really one of the first things that drew me in at their table. But it's just like a little workbook thing where you can like do the exercises in it. I feel like this person's zines were really just unique in the way that, like, especially this one, how they put like, it's like the pills, but they're not actual pills. They're like made out of clay, but they have like the little scrolls, and each one has part of the zine on it, and that is, I don't know if you can read that, but Audrey McKenzie. So yeah, they had just a lot of them that I picked up because I could relate to a lot of the subject matter, really. I really thought this one was a cool, like, just presentation, like cover and stuff. But yeah. And then these are really cool. I can't remember if this is the one that I don't think this is the one that has there's like a fold out deal. Yeah, this isn't the one. But this one, I'm probably gonna like mess it up. I remember when I looked at it at our table, I couldn't fold it back, so I don't know. It was hard to, I don't know. I feel like if I were to try to, okay, maybe I got it. If I were to try to make one of these, I would not have the mental capacity. And I don't even have the mental capacity to open it right now. But I'll figure it out in a minute. It's supposed to open and then like there's a picture. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I thought that was really neat. And now, okay, oh, I did it. So yeah, that was a really cool one. And then I don't know about like censoring this, but yeah, it's just one about some heavy mental health stuff. So those are the ones I got from her. I cannot remember who I got these from. I need to like look it up if I can. But I really love the imagery of these and just the subject matter. Well, yeah, those were really neat. I feel like I want to read them all over again because I kind of briefly read them over the weekend, but just kind of with all the excitement and everything, I've just been kind of lazy, and I feel like my brain's not like fully recovered from like lack of sleep, so I just want to give them a fair, attention, like fair attention, whatever I'm trying to say. Also got this cute little cat zine. Gonna have to remember the person that I got this from too. I don't really know what happened to the audio, but it didn't record, so this is another one I got, and I really loved the shape of it and how they laid everything out. And these three were from the person that I shared a table with, Spitball Paper, I believe is her name. And we ended up just talking about a lot of different stuff, like mental health related, and she was just a really cool person to meet and share my table with. So shout out to her and her cool zines. These two I think I got for like $2, which I thought was like really cheap. And I think they originally only wanted 50 cents for each, or maybe like $1 for the bigger one. but I just felt like they were worth more than that. I mean, I know that zines are supposed to be like affordable and everything, but I would have paid more. And this I thought like was really neat, just the cover and stuff. Or not just the cover, but just what I saw when I was walking around. So I got that, and it's, I think, like this compilation of different submissions by artists inside. And there were actually like multiple volumes, but this is just the one that I started with to check out. So yeah, that was really cool. And I think at that same table, I got this cute little pumpkin lighter. My other like table neighbor was really nice and gave me all of these for free. I think the first time I opened it up, like I saw this page and I was like sold on it because it was just funny as a cat, like nah. So it's just a cute little cat zine, and then I also have these little stickers. If I can get them apart. I thought it was cute because it's got a little ear shape or whatever, and my cat has like a weird ear too. Not that it's weird, but not in a bad way, but yeah, cute cats. But that is everything besides this little zine I got, and I think I traded for this. It's like a little Florida, New Jersey zine. I don't think I'm doing it right, but maybe it's supposed to unfold. Probably not, but I thought it was really cool. I don't know. I think I'm doing it wrong. Maybe not. But yeah, I don't know. It was really neat to meet so many artists and see everybody's work and just be in that environment. Like, just, I don't know. It just reminded me of like a Comic-Con almost, because they were like the workshops. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I got. And overall, it was like a really fun experience. I'll definitely apply again in the future if they have more. And yeah, I'm just excited to have all these zines and just continue to explore the zine community and just make more zines. And I don't know, I feel like it's opened up a whole new avenue of just like self-expression for me. Oh yeah, I forgot about my little wormy friend. I don't remember who gave me this either, but it was just somebody coming around like asking if we wanted worms, and I was like, sure. But yeah, that's everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like any of my zines that you saw in this video, I'm gonna try to make myself post them on my site because I have some extra. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts, like if you make zines, feel free to share where we can find them. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. And oh yeah, forgot to share the little t-shirt, but I got this too. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll be back. See ya.